Hey YouTube, Kimberzelik here. I got a package in the mail today from Little Machine Shop, and I'm going to go ahead and look at that with you. But first I want to talk about my threading. I've been doing a lot of threading, a little threading. I've been working on my threading, practicing. Now I am by no means any authority on threading, nor any of the techniques or procedures that I'm using. Not to be, I'm not instructing anybody here, okay? I realized yesterday that I really have a long way to go, and despite the pieces that I've had, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm cutting threads on the mini lathe, and I'm getting close, and I'm grabbing a piece of material. I'm grabbing this big nut to and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm claiming a success. Okay. What's wrong with that is this nut is probably older than I am. I am 62 years old. This was among my father's things, and it was probably handed down to him by somebody. You could probably thread this drill bit in there and get a good fit. So this is, and here's another thing that I use on my 1/2" 13, and oh yeah, that's good, I got it, I did it. Yeah, well, I made a nut using a tap, and I've since reworked these threads, but this didn't thread on, and it still doesn't thread on. There's a little catch in there. Out of these 3 threads, the one in steel was the only one that made this journey the first time. There must be something in there because it's a little tight there. So, I imagine I can trust this over this. And I had a piece of material that had a hole in it that I felt needed threading. Oh, up here. And that is 3/8 24. And I tapped that with a 3/8 24 tap, and so I trust that as being correct, more so than something like this that's probably been bolted down thousands of times. Now, people produce and sell these for big money. The Sheffield Corporation, Dayton, Ohio, which is really like where I was born, where I consider I live in Dayton, even though I'm closer to Springfield. That's a 5/16 24. And this is a 3/8 24. So there's my 2 next sizes that I'm going to practice doing threading, because I have true 5/16 24 thread to test my piece against. And I'm going to call this a true 3/8 24. Okay, so, and here's I think this is a 3/8. I think this is a 3/8 16. You leave something laying around with a hole in it, and I'll tap it. No, I don't mean it the way that sounded. I lost interest in that some time ago. I may be, to my wife's dismay, okay, too much information. Let's get to the mail. Okay, this is a little machine shop. Nice straight line there. I hope they sent me a bumper sticker, because I used to always get a bumper sticker. I was working on covering my locker at work with little machine shop bumper stickers. So we have catalog 33. And there's my invoice. Okay. You know, I always just figured this is what they had. You know, I had no idea they have every part for this machine, down to keys, screws, washers, anything. Okay, let's reach in here and see what we've got. Okay, we got some Ziploc bags. I like that. I'm queer for Ziploc bags. Okay, here's number one. This is my 20-tooth gear, pinion gear. And we'll compare that. This one must be for the reverse direction, because it has a lot less wear, and it doesn't seem that bad. Okay. And here's the steel gear. This is a 25 tooth. And this is for, okay. Now this one, you notice this side of it, you know, is pretty defined. The teeth are pretty well defined. If you flip it over here, and I swear to God, it just looks like it's not in focus, but okay. So that's obviously the problem. So that'll ride on this nut. Okay, that's not a great. I'll have to work on one of those surfaces. maybe just a little deburring on this one. This should be clean. Maybe that'll be alright, maybe. Yeah, well, I'll hit it with, I'll at least hit it with something mild. See, that should just drop right out of there under its own weight, in my opinion. I don't know if that's a little surface rust starting on that or not. Okay, and then we got the plastic one. It's the same deal. Now see that one, that's much better. And that net will drop right off of there. So we'll work on that a little bit. And the last package is what they call the shaft B and C gears. And that is the bushing with, oh dear, that is the bushing with key that I just made. Come on, baby. I did end up making some washers to go on these gears. Okay, what happened to the 20-tooth gear? There it is. Okay, sorry about that. I did make, so this is the 80-20. This is B and C. So this bolts onto the banjo and travels on that hex, that rectangle. Yeah. We got a little fit there too. It's a little tight, but I think that'll wear in. Yeah, that'll be fine. And the washers, you can see that's pretty ate up on the inside. You can actually see little burrs that see it actually coming apart. And that would go here, and then this cap head screw would hold the whole assembly together. So I went ahead and made 3 washers. Now, I may have the same, and I more than likely will have the same problem with these. I need to monitor that. But this is just 12L14. So it's probably a lot softer than the original. But I try to buy an 8 or a 6mm washer, whatever this one is, and well, I have the wrong screw. Okay, here we go. So basically we need a washer OD great enough to hold that bushing. Now, I just wonder, you know, you tighten this up, I'm just wondering if you tighten this thing up and you're trapping that in there, you're asking for the wear. Yeah. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I wonder if my bushing was a little proud, if that would help. Let that spin free, even though that cap head screw is tight. In full disclosure, I had to put the key in sideways to make it work with my bushing and key that I made. Okay, there's probably way too much information for, well, maybe not way too much information, but way too long of a video. We're opening up a package and looking at 2 gears and a shaft. Okay, I guess that's going to be it. It's 3:30 in the morning. I've been home for about 2 hours from work. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to go upstairs, go to bed. I'll probably wake up around 5:30 or 6, and I'll be out here moving lights around, trying to get a camera angle so we can get these parts back on the machine. And start having some more fun. Okay guys, help this channel grow. You've all been doing great. I appreciate all the new subs. I've had like 50 in the last 30 days, which is, you know, unbelievable for me. I appreciate it. So, I guess for you, I'll see you in a few minutes, maybe even a few seconds, and we'll get these gears and get this machine put back together and start our next project, which is going to be 5/16 24 and 3/8 24 threading. Okay, that's all I got, guys. You can tell he's a little tired. Yeah, there's going to be a good shot there. We always close with a shot of the famous mustaches. I'm not sure if that holographic thing was such a good idea. And if anybody saw my magic trick, I can make my 3-jaw chuck disappear. So watch it. gone. Okay. Like and subscribe, tell a buddy, bring a friend.